All right, this is my rig, the 2004 Mitsubishi Montero. Fun fact, this is my second 2004 black Mitsubishi SUV. I drove a 2004 black Mitsubishi Endeavor for 10 years, and it was a great car. Loved it. Got rid of it, and then a year later I got this. So apparently I have a thing for black 2004 Mitsubishi SUVs. Love Mitsubishis, great cars, Japanese, very reliable. I had a lot of options on getting a good overlanding van life rig. Looked at RVs, vans, and everything. Ultimately, I settled on this because it's four-wheel drive. I can get to some really cool off-road locations with it, and it's big enough that I could fit a mattress in a lot of stuff, room for my dog and everything. Japanese, reliable car. Mechanically, they're very good. I actually had to put $1,000 into this after I got it because I broke my front axle off-roading, testing it out, but it was more because it was an old axle than it was anything, and I had to get the bearings replaced. But it should be a really good car for my purposes. I got some Toyo Open Country AT3 all-terrain tires. These are really good in snow, sand, dirt, any kind of condition. Should be really good, reliable. So I'll give you a tour. Come check it out. Spent a lot of time setting up the vehicle for what I'm trying to do. I've got these seat beads taxi drivers wear or have in their cars. It should help with swamp ass and just be comfortable driving. Got my car set up, FM transmitter. The key is storage and making good use of space in this car. I've really tried to maximize my space so that every little part of my car has an area that is being used, because I've really been preparing a lot and putting a lot of time and effort into this, trying to think about and predict everything I might need on this trip if I'm living out of this thing for 4 or 5 months. So really maximizing space has been the key here. Here I've got my these are my rear window shades. These things will actually go over the rear of the car. They will slip over like this. Pretty easy to set up. And then I can actually roll the windows down at night, and then I can get airflow into the car. It'll keep it cool while I'm sleeping inside. And then these screens will block out all the bugs. So it's pretty nice, especially in some areas with a lot of mosquitoes, but it gives me good ventilation in here and a little bit of privacy. I didn't really set them up correctly, but that's how it's supposed to go. And then above that, I've got these rain guards that I've installed. These things right here allow me to crack the windows so that rain doesn't get in the car if it's raining, because the thing about cold weather, if you keep all the windows closed, you'll actually get a lot of condensation build up inside the car from your breathing at night, and it can be really kind of muggy. So it's good to be able to crack the windows, without letting rain in or other people, so I've got these rain guards so I can crack the windows. Got this fire extinguisher right here. Knife, hand sanitizer, hose bags. This thing was $70, but if you're looking for a fire extinguisher that lasts for your whole life, these things never expire, and they're good for a one-time use apparently. So I saw some other guy on a Mitsubishi Montero video, and he had one of these. I'm like, I think I could use a fire extinguisher. I'm trying to be prepared, so trying to think of everything. Here I've got my awning. This thing will extend out 6 feet so that if there's no shade, if it's hot, I can just chill out with Bo. So another nice little addition. Let's go to the back. So back here is all of my stuff, as you can see. Here's my Yeti Cooler. This is going to be the fridge. This thing opens up. I can store ice inside of it. I can actually move this out of the way and shove it up there. But these Yeti Tundra 45, it'll hold ice maybe up to a week, 4 or 5 days, so that I can keep stuff refrigerated for that long, which will be pretty nice. I've got this little pad on top of it. This is actually for my feet, because the mattress is underneath this platform. I built this platform out of a piece of plywood, stapled some carpet onto it, and I put these legs on it with hinges so that it extends about halfway up, because I wanted to do that because I wanted to be able to sit up in my car. A lot of people will build platforms and actually sleep on top of the platform, but then it's like you're banging your head on the ceiling. You can't sit. I want to be able to like sit up and then like read, write, or anything inside my car, you know, which would be a lot more comfortable. So I thought I'll build a platform and put all my stuff on top of it instead of sleeping on top of the platform, putting stuff under it. That way I have more space. So the platform only extends halfway through the car, so I can sit up and just still store stuff on top of it. But my legs will go all the way back here when I'm sleeping. This is my sleeping bag. Under here I've got I cut out these Reflectix window covers. These will actually will go up around all the windows, and this is for privacy and to keep the heat out or keep the cold out. They're great insulation, and also keeps the light out. So when I'm sleeping, if I'm in a more public place, I can just cover all my windows with these things. I used Velcro from Walmart. It was like $5, and just attached it to these to the back windows. On the other windows, I actually used magnets. I bought these roll strip magnets and put magnets on the end of the Reflectix, because those windows have metal around them. There's no metal back here, so I had to use Velcro. But yeah, it should be great. Like I said, blocks the light out if I'm in a public place and there's light, or if, you know, just the sun, it'll keep it dark. This is a black car, will attract a lot of heat, so if I have these up, it'll keep the car cooler. And if it gets really cold, it will also hold heat inside. So these things, you can buy a roll for like $25 at Home Depot, and it's like 25 feet long, something like that. It was just enough. So let's go back to the food. Got Bo's food in here. This will hold 18 pounds of dog food. It fits perfectly alongside my Yeti Cooler. We've got my camp table right here. I'll set this up. This will open up like this, and legs come out like this. And I've got extra legs, and I attach these, and it'll extend even farther. It comes about this high, and I'll just set it up right alongside the edge of my door. And then I've got right here my camp stove. It's a Ranger 2 camp stove. There's 2 burners on them. There's 17,000 BTUs, so I should be able to grill a good steak on it, and eat well. You know, eat some good salmon, make some good food on this thing. It'll boil water pretty quickly for coffee in the morning. And back behind here, I've got my nice camp chair. This will be great for posting up under my awning. Like I said, I'm really trying to maximize space. So everything kind of has its place. My mirror, this thing actually just kind of broke. of tricky. Toilet paper. Sure, I'll be rearranging things as I go. Got my light for cooking. You can just turn this thing on. It's got a magnet on it. If it's dark, just kind of set it up right up there. In here I've got an axe. I've got a brush to keep this, if it gets dirty, keep it clean. I've got a shovel for latrine duties. I've got a saw for, you know, the axe and shovel for chopping wood or just whatever I might need a saw. Back here, I actually have my my propane tank, so that when I've got my stove set up, the what do you call the little cord that attaches the hose? Yeah, the hose will attach to the propane, and then all I have to do is just screw it in, turn it on, and I've got gas. So this thing should last me a while. It's a pretty big propane tank. Also in here I've got some tire tread. This is if I get stuck. I can just put this under my tire. And below that, below the propane tank, I've got even more. I've got another bag with all this other gear. Duct tape, WD-40, Gorilla Glue, 3M command strips. I've got bungee cords, paracords, gloves. I've got an air compressor so I can take air out of the tires and reflate the tires if I need to, if I get stuck. I've got ratchet straps if I want to strap something to the roof. I've got these 3.5 gallon water containers. So about 7 gallons will fit in these things right here. So I should have plenty of water for Bo and I. I've also got a gravity water filter back here for if I need to, you know, get water from a stream and filter more water. Just put the water in a bag, hang it up, it'll filter, and I can fill up these things. Got all my cooking stuff. I've got snacks in this bag. You know, some extra food up here. I've got my my pot for cooking. Right here is all my coffee stuff, MCT oil, creamer, coffee. I've got an AeroPress coffee filter. So all I have to do is use hot boiling water, and then I can put the coffee in there and press it in. It makes really good coffee. I've been using it for years. Here's my coffee mug. Under here I've got all my kitchen stuff for cooking. Salt, pepper, spices, olive oil. Got cleaning brush. Over here I've got all these microfiber towels, which should be really good for, you know, cleaning stuff. They dry really quickly. Laundry hamper, another towel, camp towels. These are bathing wipes that are supposed to be really good for if you don't have a shower, you can just kind of take these things and wipe yourself down, and should feel refreshing. Skillet back here, plate. Back behind this stuff, I've got a little container with all of Bo's stuff, his treats, his extra leashes, and just his heartworm medication. I've got Ziploc bags, extra storage stuff, all my cooking utensils. I've got some canned food back here. I've got a shower, hang up shower bag. You fill it with water, and you hang it up. It's got a little hose connector, and I can do a manual shower that way also if I want to. I've got laundry stuff back there. I've got a bucket that I can wash clothes in. I've got these little mesh bags that I can put some clothes in and fill it with. I've got detergent, wool detergent, and odor remover for this stuff gets to smell really funky. I'll talk about my clothes in a second, how I've been very thoughtful and the clothes I want to bring for this. See what else is under here. There's just a ton of stuff. You know, this is like from my computer. It sits on your lap. I've just brought a ton of stuff. I don't know how much of this stuff is over preparing, but I just brought a lot. Let's see, over here I've got all my camping stuff. My camping for when I go backpacking. Here's my backpack. I've got a Camelback, you know, with the Camelback water. I've got sleeping pad for backpacking. Brought a yoga mat, golf umbrella. Under here I've got my tripod. So I've got a nice Fujifilm camera with some really nice lenses. So hopefully I'll be taking some really good shots. I want to get some good landscape shots, and I want to get some cool open exposure shots of the lights where they do the streaks and, you know, stuff like that. I've got paper towels. Let's just keep going. You see the Reflectix back here. There's Bo. So up here is my sleeping mat. I will keep, this is the car cover I'm going to keep while I'm driving. But, you know, when I'm sleeping at night, I will take this thing off. And I've got this, you can see I have the seat that's all the way fully reclined like this, so that Bo can kind of sit on top of it while I'm driving. But at night, this seat will go all the way up, and this is where I'll be sleeping. This is my mattress underneath here. I'll show you real quick. Bo, come here. All right, so I've got all my pillows back here, and this is where I'll be sleeping at night. And then Bo will be sleeping in that corner where his bed is, and my legs will extend all the way underneath. I've attached a fan to the back of the seat right here, and that's connected to a Jackery battery I've got. So the battery will be able to power everything, all my electronics, phone, chargers for various items. Yeah, so, and the battery will charge from the car while I'm driving, which is nice. So, over here I've got all my clothes. I've got headlamp right here. I've attached all my socks, underwear, all my shirts, and then pants, shorts, and some more clothes items up here. Thing about the clothes is I've been very, you don't want to bring a lot of, I brought like no cotton clothes because cotton takes a really long time to dry. So, and when it gets wet, it can cause blisters. So it's just not very ideal for doing, if clothes are going to be wearing a lot, especially if it gets wet and I don't really have anywhere to dry it. So a lot of synthetics, and then I got some wool clothing. Wool is good because it doesn't smell. You can wear stuff a lot and it doesn't stink, unlike synthetic stuff, which will start to smell after not too long. So I mean, I'll definitely be doing some laundry for a lot of my synthetics, but wool is great because you can sometimes wear stuff for like a week, 2 weeks, and it doesn't attract, it's antimicrobial. So I've got a lot of wool, some wool clothing, and then a lot of synthetics is what I'll be wearing for a lot of this stuff. So up here, if you can see this is my attic. Can you see this in the shot? It's kind of dark, I guess, but I've got all these jackets up here for cold weather, rain jackets, hats, belt, all that kind of stuff. And then in these two containers, I've got all my toiletries, shower stuff, brought a lot of supplements, cold medicine, first aid kit, just anything like that I may need, you know, medications, Advil, you know, stuff like that. I've got a lot of various odds and ends in this bucket right here. I've got sleeping bag liner, extra stuff, lots of stuff. Got some extra duffel bag here if I want to sleep in a hotel. I've got a light in here for reading. I've got a really big sunroof right here so I can see the stars at night. I don't know if you can see that. This should stick up here somehow. Yeah, really big sunroof, so I can see the stars while I'm sleeping. And then underneath my mattress, I've just got more storage stuff under here. I've got all my chargers. I've got my laptops under there. I've got another one of these tubs on the other side with a lot of books. I've got my Fujifilm camera in there with my lenses. And then you can see how I was just talking about, I can sit up in this, which is really nice. And my legs will just go underneath here while I'm sleeping at night. So it's a great setup. And for the mattress, it was actually a mattress topper, and I just folded it over. So, boom. So it's a 3-inch mattress topper folded over, so about 6 inches. Hopefully should be pretty comfortable. I've also got more of the Reflectix right here that I'll put on the windows. Up here, this is where I've got the Jackery battery I mentioned. I've got all my shoes. I've got hiking shoes, a pair of nice shoes. I've got running shoes. I've got, Tevas, Crocs, and I've got a nice compass a friend gave me with a cool Bible verse, Jeremiah verse, and you open it up, and it's a compass, and it's Jeremiah, I think 29:11. Yeah, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future, which is a lovely verse. Very nice. Here's my Garmin GPS device, and while I have this thing enabled, it will send out tracking points for wherever I am in the country. So I can set it to intervals, I think of 10 minutes is probably what I'll do. So when I'm going along, it'll send out an updated location of where I am every 10 minutes. And that'll be really cool. So you can see wherever I am, and I'll be able to track my journey and remember all the places I go. It's got a little SOS button, so if I'm ever in an area without service and something happens, I can hold that down and they'll send out search and rescue. I can text people in anywhere if I'm in the mountains or any remote location without service, and I'll be able to communicate with people that way. Just, you know, extra stuff, extra storage stuff in here. You know, had to bring a gun for self-defense, you know, you never know. And that is mostly it, I believe. I'm sure there are things I left out, but and I'm sure I'll be making changes along the way. But this is a Montero, and this is yeah, this is my rig. So maybe I'll do an updated video later and see what changes I make along the way, if any. But put a lot of thought into it, and probably over prepared and thought too much about it, but wanted to just try and think of everything I might need, and you know, just in case, you know, we want to be safe in emergencies, because I'm wanting to go to some pretty remote locations. You know, I'm wanting to really go out in the wilderness and just in the middle of nowhere, in you know, in nature. And you know, if this thing broke down, if something happened, if I somehow, you know, and I ran out of water, it's like, how can I be prepared, you know, and try and, without having to, you know, yeah, how can I be, you know, prepare for anything that can go wrong, trying to think through realistic worst case scenario things like that. So yeah, that's mostly it. So let's sign off for now, I guess. You got anything? Anything?
You're gonna have a blast.
All right. Yeah. That's the plan. So say bye to Bo. I'm gonna say bye to Bo. Oh.
Bye, Bo.
He's the captain. He will be navigating everything.